Well, I've had two different stints as a chair. I started in 1996 and worked as a chair until 2001. And then I moved to become a full-time employee of what was then Tech,
Right.
and worked as the president of the Global Partners for several years.
I didn't know that. And then when did your second stint as a chair come?
Well, in 2005-06, I came back in as a chair. Yeah.
Okay.
So, collectively 12, 13 years as a chair.
Great. And why did you decide to become a chair in the first place?
Well, I came to, in 1994, it was approaching 50 years of age, and instead of a red sports car, I decided to make a major change in my life. I had been CEO of a few companies at that point, and I decided to change my life around completely. How I made that decision was directly as a result of looking into joining a tech group at the time. They asked me significant questions about where I was in my life and what I was looking to do, and over a period of a year, it became clear to me that I needed to change more than the scenery on the stage. I needed to change the stage, and that was such a powerful impact on me. I thought, when I make a change, this is something I want to do in the future, become a chair. And I did. When I go back and replay why I started doing this, one of the reasons was that I was going through a difficult time in my life and didn't have answers to questions. I didn't even have the questions. That's how bad off I was. Now that I see the power of what can be done in a Vistage group, and I see it realized every month, I think I just feel like I'm doing something useful in society. The mission is a noble mission. I've always felt like I've been associated with a noble mission, and helping others with their business and mostly with their personal lives is what I love. I guess one of the reasons I needed to make a change is because I lost my balance of life and didn't focus enough on my personal life when I was running companies, and this gives me a chance to help others see the possibilities of spreading themselves a little more over their personal life as in addition to their business life. The members keep me coming back. I have strong relationships with them and they with me, and their needs never cease, and I get a tremendous amount of fulfillment. The energy is self-reinforcing. The more I do, the more I enjoy it.
Talk to me about your relationship with your members a little bit, and the rewards or the joy you get from working with them.
Well, I enjoy certainly seeing their growth and their acknowledgement that their life is enhanced as a result of being a member.
So I want to talk a little bit about the challenges that come with chairing. So finding members and then also retaining them.
I have not had those challenges. The abundance has been there. It's almost as though some being provides the members when they're needed. It's been fortunate for me in that regard. Mostly they come from people who know each other and see in another person the qualities that are necessary and the needs that are present that they should be considered in a group. So that's been the benefit to me, has been being around a long time here. And in one place, there are a lot of people that know about us and what we do.
And how do you keep your members for the long term? How do you keep them around?
Keep satisfying their needs. You have to keep satisfying their needs. In fact, we have to really scrounge around to be sure that we've got all of their needs identified. It takes years to make some of the changes people make. Over the years, I have seen 12 of my members realize their needs to sell their company and be doing something else with themselves. And that's taken on average 5 to 6 years per member to do. But when they get to where they want to be, it's an incredible experience. A long time ago, when I first entered the chairing world, I had the impression that it was mostly about what I knew that would be able to cause my success. It's really not. It's about who you are and how you're being.
Tell me about the power of what happens in a room when you get, 10 to 16 members in a group and the power of those peers together. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
In a word, when you see the trust play out and people can help each other because they have absolutely no axe to grind other than helping somebody else, the trust that's required to do that when it manifests itself is a moving experience. Well, you have the power of multiple and diverse levels of view of an issue and a problem. You have that power, which is, for me, primarily intellectual. But the primary power is they know when they come in the room that they leave their egos at the door. This is their sanctuary, and they have to prize that sanctuary and protect it. And when they do that, things work really well.
And what's your role in all that, John?
Oh, I'm kind of in the background, looking at what's happening and being sure that what's happening is working well, and keep asking the question, what can we do to make it better? That's my job.